Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Joseph Crudup Show. Today is Friday, September the 12th, 2025. Where I just heard the news for today that the suspect has been arrested and has been identified, and he's in custody on the shooting of Charlie Kirk. It has been just confirmed here this morning. That's today, and but then it wouldn't be long about it's just like yesterday that we just saw on the news. Yet the police had identified the suspect, and yes, the suspect has been arrested. He was charged of the commitment of Charlie Court. We all know that 2 days ago in Utah, Court had been assassinated, and it would have been a shame to that man he did. It would have been a shame, but it is a shame for the man that what he did. 200 shoot. I mean, absolutely unbelievable what I just saw. Well, I just heard about this morning that the suspect has been arrested. Now it says this. We're gonna go to ABC. It says now a suspect has been arrested in a failed shooting of consented activist Charlie Court. Officials announced this morning. Tyler Robinson, a Utah native, was identified as the person who shot and killed Court on Wednesday. Utah Governor Spencer Cox said at a press conference in Utah today. And here it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him, Cox said at the press conference Friday. Robinson, age of 22, has been broken into the Utah County Jail. Charging documents against Robinson are set to be filed early next week. He was arrested for a felony discharge on a firearm, aggravated murder, and obstruction of justice, according to the properly caused documents. Cox said that I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in this case and were able to bring him in law enforcement. That's what Cox just said about this morning. Tyler Robinson, named suspect in Charlie Kirk shooting, how he was caught, and family friend contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office on last night, telling them Robinson confessed or implied that he had killed Kirk. That's what Cox said. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who said the suspect had become more political in recent years. That's what Cox said. In a recent incident, the family member detailed to him in investigations, Robinson came to dinner in a conversation with another family member. He monitoring court was coming to Utah Valley University. They talk about why they didn't like him and his viewpoints. Further evidence have been seized and continues to be gathered. Further evidence is already being evaluated in FBI laboratories in Colorado. FBI Director Cass Panther said over 11,000 leads were called into the FBI. That's what they said. Now, a lot of that BS went on Wednesday, and the man who shot Charlie Kirk is Tyler. What? That's my niece over here. My great nephew over here. Well, anyway, whoever did this to Charlie Kirk, who did it. I really don't know what's happening here, but it's just a long story. I never even know what's happening, what's going on, but it's all over there. Boy, Well, anyway, that was about every time we saw this happening on the news and something. I mean, it just happened. I mean, it's it's all about politics. It's all everything that you always know about what's happening. And we didn't even know what's happening. We didn't even know who it came from. But all I just say is, holy cow, we got him. We got him. Tyler Robinson has been arrested of the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk. Let that be. I mean, yes, it has been. We all know about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Robinson could be faces death penalty. Anyway, it is what it is. Tyler Reddick did something. I mean, I mean that something that he never ever done. Shooting that 31-year-old man. So how did this happen 2 days ago? Well, they find out and they find him and they shot him. Well, I mean that man find it when Charlie Court was sitting on the tent. He was sitting on in the tent when he was in the tent, right? And then all of a sudden he got right to his neck. Boy, I can't even believe what's happening. For all I saw it, I mean, like things happen. Things really happen so fast you can miss the beat. But it is what it is. And I'm just gonna say, darn. Like they got him, they had him in custody, and someone's gonna say, well, thank God we got him. But I do not know what I do not know for sure, but we do know Robinson went up there from 200 feet when when Charlie Clark was standing in the tent, and then he shot him in the neck. Boy, Tyler Robinson could face death penalty. And that is the news for today. The same thing is going to happen to everybody for sure. But man, people were like they were frustrated. The students are frustrated too. The university of students are frustrated too. They need a healing. We all need a healing in the nation. Some Democrats are very frustrated. Some Republicans are very frustrated that this happened. The whole thing is happening for all the reasons. I just don't know. I just can't understand why Tyler Robinson did this and how he done it and how he killed him. That was a whole thing that went on and on and on. Why can this stop? Why is going to stop right now? We need this gun. We need this all the guns to go away. People are afraid of guns. Well, we all do. We're afraid of the guns. We're afraid of guns for everything. And no, it did happen back in the 60s when JFK was shot, when Martin Luther King was shot, when Michael X was shot, when Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was shot. All four of them were dead back in the 60s. But let's not forget, what about Abraham Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln was a Democrat, right? And he defeated the slaves. And then somebody shot him. That was way back. That was way back. I mean, oh boy, the whole thing is just. I mean, this whole thing just went wrong for this. It just went wrong for this. I can't even tell what is going on. Tyler Robinson should pay the price, and that's what he did. That's what is going to happen. Has happening for real. So, and about that time, I just don't even see what is going on in the world today. We need this nation to heal. We need this country to heal. And for sure, yes, for sure, you see it all. I see it all. The whole thing is the whole thing is like it's falling apart. For sure. I gotta tell you the whole thing, gotta tell you the whole story that they need to know. And my friend and his dad are so upset about Charlie Kirk's death. Remember, Wednesday and last day we talked about Charlie Kirk, and my friend is a little bit upset. And that's for sure. I can not even tell what is going on. I can't even tell what's going on about this with this happening in Utah. The whole thing has just silent. But now we can't be silent because we got the whole nation's gotta be live on for all this. Now we have the now we have everything that has happened to this story of what went wrong. That thing that went wrong. And I say again for this right now. It says this. Now, growing up in a Utah soil, Tyler Robinson seemed to be on a promising path. He had a close knit family, scored well on Saturday test, and on a 4-point GPA, according to social media posts. After graduating high school in 2021, he filmed a video proudly recalculating a letter from Utah State University offering him a 4-year mental scholarship. But Robinson left the state school after just a semester, taking a leave of absence and never returning. Now, authorities are working to understand what happened in the environment that led Robinson to the rooftop where he illegally gunned down construction activist Charlie Kirk this week. That was on Wednesday. The British motor, the latest in a string of attempt and successful assassinations of Republican leaders in recent years, has led to engagement with creation across America's politician spectrum. While police are still investigating the killing, authorities have pointed to what they described as anti-fashionable messages engraved on bullet casings in a rifle found near the deadly shooting as potential evidence of the political movement. One bullet was incredible with Hayes Fest Cats, a message that Utah Governor Spencer Cox said Friday speaks for itself. A family member of Robinson's told investigators that the suspect shooter had become more political in recent years, and the political has lasted out at court at a recent family dinner. That's what Cox said. But the message on the bullet casting also included a mix of means and allegations to video games, suggesting in a deep immersion in an online soccer online war where millions can be difficult to practically discourage. Those messages include a series of arrows representing the controls used to carry out an attack in the video game Helldivers 2 and lyrics of Procter in town song linking to the entire fantasies, but also population of more mystery in another game, Far Cry 2 and the FS series. Quiet all the time, it says this. Quiet all the time, people who knew Robinson described some difficult memories of his political learnings. An electrician who worked with Robinson on a job just a few weeks ago and asked not to be named, like others who spoke about Robinson due to the sensitivity of the situation, describing his collision as a spy, as a shy princess who wasn't taken as unless he was spoken to. Robinson didn't really talk political unless someone brought it up. Electronic said, added that he wasn't too fond of Trump or Clark, Charlie Kirk. But several years ago in high school, Robinson, like his family, was politically consistent and supported President Donald Trump ahead of the 2020 election. One of Robinson's former classmates told CNN, when I knew him and his family, they were like diehard Trump, says the former classmate. When this happened, I was like, I don't know what changed. Full registration records show that Robinson is currently registered to vote unfederally with any party, although he never cast a ballot. The Washington County Clerk said in a statement, the former classmate describes Robinson as being very, very big into gaming and interested in video game design. Robinson and his friends will spend their lunches to playing the cards, games, and all that kind of stuff. That's what he said. Robinson was quiet all the time and a little goofy, the classmate said, adding he didn't remember him making consoling statements or getting into trouble. He was fun to be around, fun to talk to. He just was kind of shy and didn't open up very often. Now, people who knew Robinson are struggling to calculate their remains of him with the allegations laid out by police. After a 32-hour manhunt by thousands of federal and local officials and appeals to the public for assistance, a law enforcement official told CNN it was Robinson's family that had arranged his capture after his father recognizes him in photos released by the FBI. And boy, this has had to be the moment about what happened here on Wednesday afternoon at 12:20 when he shot and assassinated Charlie Kirk. It has been an unbelievable tragedy for everybody that goes on and on and on. Boy, this whole stuff going on just never going to happen and it won't going to happen. Now, could Charlie Kirk's suspect that could Charlie Kirk's shooter, Tyler Robinson, could be faces like hard time, life in prison, or should he get the death penalty? We'll have to find out in the future. Till then, I'm Joseph Crudup. Hope you had a great time and see you and God bless you. Had a great weekend. Love you.